the tape. Let's dive into the tape.
Mike Rupp with a Yager-like salute.
Roll the tape.
Rupp with a shot. He's gone.
2 goals for Mike Rupp.
Look at him go. Tape to tape. Let's diggity dive right into the tape. All right, before we get to tape room, here's this week's 3 stars. Look at that, Quinn Hughes, not a bad week. 1 goal, 7 assists in 3 games. That's a good little standard there. 8 points. Second star, Cam Talbot, he's picked up his game in a big way. 3-0. This LA Kings team is rolling. .963 save percentage. Doobie, you gotta love that. 1 shutout. And Mason McTavish, 3 goals, 2 assists in 3 games. But I want to go over real quick. I jotted down some stuff. We're going to say the last 11 days or so of Mason McTavish. We've got an OT winner versus the Boston Bruins. We've got a game-tying goal and a game-winning goal, both in the 3rd period against the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got a game-winning assist in overtime versus the Arizona Coyotes. And then we got a game winner versus Vegas yesterday, handing Vegas their first regulation loss. I mean, that's a pretty significant stretch right here for this guy. He's been hot, right?
Hot.
We talk about Frankie V.
Clutch, though.
Frankie V's been incredible. That Michnikov has been incredible. Dostal, how do you say his name? Do we know his name?
Dostal.
Dostal? I got to start getting used to this. This kid's a stud, too.
He's good.
And we talked about Anaheim, how good they've been. But Mason McTavish kind of setting the standard. And we just want to get into these, and we can kick them around. You guys let me know when you want to jump in on them. And we just got to go in that order that I just said, how big his last 11 days have been. And we're going to watch McTavish up top collect this thing. And that's the first one. The OT winner against the Bruins. It's going to start. He's up at the top of the screen. What do you got here on that release?
Well, watch the goalie here. Stop here. Right there. This is perfect. Look at the goalie. This is, I mean, almost every player's shooting high here. For the most part.
Is his body language showing high?
Well, most guys are shooting high, and that's why you see that. I believe that's Allmark. He doesn't go both knees down. He's got 1 knee down, 1 knee up. He's ready for a high glove shot. He's got his angle, and if you could just roll it back, watch McTavish just turn the wrists over and snap this thing right on the ice. Go for it. But just watch his follow through here. He loads up. Allmark thinks it's high. Look at that turn of the wrists. Right 5-hole, and Allmark knows right away.
Bring it back a little bit more because we're going to see this a little bit later. Remember I said this. Roll it forward here. And right when he does that, right, watch his body language because we talk about not giving tips on what you're doing. Watch him come in here. Pause it there. So look, he holds it, bring it back just a tad. He catches it. He's cupping it. And then he comes in and he ends up shooting it. Later on, we're going to see the same move that he does the pass. So he just even gives that quick look, open up the blade, and later on he gives a dish. This one's a beautiful shot. We can roll it forward, snaps it past Allmark. That was the first time he was kind of feeling it. The mojo going good with him. This is in the 3rd period. Beautiful little kick from his skate to his hands.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't have a lot of time. He has to handle it on his feet, so now he just wants to keep advancing it. Now, I don't know if he thinks that's going to go in necessarily because he has to get rid of it so fast. Where are we going? Can we go back to the
go back to that last one there.
Come on now.
So right
watch.
Here.
I mean,
roll forward.
He doesn't have any time and space to really settle it, and he's too close to the goalie. So what he does?
Let's go slow right here.
What he does here is the little change of angle to get it to his forehand, and he just kind of chops it. And you never know. I mean, pucks on net's huge, but he knows he's got a second wave coming in for a rebound. He wants to keep it alive, and he finishes a beauty, right?
You know what I look at this, and I didn't score enough in the NHL but this is my thought process. Between that goal and the one against the Bruins, I'm coming in, I'm thinking, like, if you have an opportunity, I'm shooting that puck, right? I'm not coming in on the first one and shooting like a low little, like it's not a heavy shot. It's not like an overpowering. Like you're coming in, you got a point blank shot. I want to put this thing, like you're saying, go up high. Or even on that one, like a lot of confidence just to grab it, little bring it back and slide it 5-hole.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid's like, his blood pressure's down when he's in those moments, right?
Yeah, and while Jari would have, in that situation, would have felt like he was going to come across the net to begin with. Right. So he had to go, and then he realized as he brought it back, then he threw the brakes on, but then he thought he was going to go upstairs with it, and that opened up the 5-hole.
Yeah, this one here, and get a hold here. This is 3rd period, so that was the tying goal against Pittsburgh. And it's a 5-on-3 for the Penguins. We got 22 seconds left. I was calling this game. Boys, this was my worst moment as a game caller because I'm sitting here. I was speechless. The way this game just flipped real quick. He gets out of the box here, and I was speechless. Watch what happens here as you get this read. Adam Henrique, great stick, and he's going to get it up off the left of the screen. McTavish is out of the box. Boom, gone. And Doobie, this shot is unbelievable.
It's crazy. There's just nothing. It looks like nothing. I mean, he doesn't load this thing up. He doesn't pull it in. He just has it out there, and it's just a quick little flick of the wrist. Jarry doesn't even go down here. This goes right under the bar. But look at this. It's just a quick little flick of the wrist right under the bar. Does not sell, does not show anything, nothing for the goalie to go off of there. Jarry actually does a good read here. He doesn't go down, or maybe it's just because the puck came off of his stick so quickly, but unbelievable.
Unless Carlson's stick was affecting Jarry, there's two different shots, right? That one's off the heel, where the puck stays on his stick the whole time, and he kind of hoists it up. He leans down on his stick to give it some flex, and he lets the stick do the work. Those are really hard, I have found, for goalies to pick up. The first one we saw when he went 5-hole, he had it in front of him and he slapped it. And that's kind of what made maybe Ullmark think he was going high because of the wrist action that he had, and he ended up just turning it over. But this one is really hard. It's almost like a little sauce pass to your buddy, but he leans on it a little harder, doesn't need a lot of ice for the release. It can freeze a goalie.
Yeah, go back for a second. Look, there's nothing in his body here to show Jarry any tell. He doesn't pull it in, he doesn't load it up. A lot of what we do as goalies is reading off of, if a guy's leaning this way, if he's getting pressure, we know he's, probably going to go that way, or all these different things. He gave Jarry absolutely nothing to go off of on that shot. His body was right here, and he just skated in.
You can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but that shot reminds me of Matt Zuccarello. Has a little flick of the wrist on the shootouts.
But they're almost like those guys, like what you're saying here is a lot of times, at least what I was taught, is when you have this, when you're carrying the puck, and then sometimes when you're going to go shoot it, and I know he's got a chaser, so he can't do this, but if you're going to go to shoot, usually it's pulling it back, and now I'm going to shoot it. Pushing it out here in front of you, right? He's pushing it, and then, like you're saying, he's just shoveling it. So when you're here, I think this is almost not showing shot. Like, this is still keeping it there if I want to pull it to my backhand, do something else. And, like, the way he just kind of hides those things on all these clips, I find incredible. And that goes now to the next one. If we roll it forward, I mean, this move in the neutral zone is incredible. Overtime, again, this is his assist, skating backwards right here. You got Smaltz come up, whoop, turn around, gone. Now he slows it down. Here's the wrist moving. Pause it here. So bring it back a little bit, right? Bring it a little bit more, right here. Okay, now watch the way he opens up his blade, gives a peek to the goaltender here. Vejmelka, thank you. Opens up and then slides it right through here past Dumba over to Troy Terry. I mean, guys, that's freaking beautiful right there.
It's just a little shoulder dip. It's just a little shoulder dip, and that's what he wants to do. And Doobie, you can talk to that, what that means as a goalie, but it's just a little shoulder dip to look like he's shooting to make the goalie set. And if you can get that pass across, you can. And it's not on the goalie anymore.
Well, it's a heck of a finish, too. Go back. This little move right here is what Boiler's talking about. Go ahead and slow it down. Watch his head right here. Stop.
Yep. Boom.
See, he opens up, drops that shoulder, looks at the goalie, and then goes into the pass. And you can see, roll it, when this pass goes, look, he's frozen. He's set. Now he's scrambling to get over. He actually does a good job getting over.
Most shots, that finish is something, too.
Incredible finish.
But look at this little dummy play where, hey, all right, come on, I'm not a threat. I'm skating backwards. Oh, yeah, I am. Bang, turn to the wall, and absolutely gone. This kid's got skill. He's got smarts. He hides his shots, hides his passes. I mean, we knew he was a good player. He got drafted high. We saw him in the World Juniors. We saw everything about him.
If anybody hasn't seen his clip from the World Juniors, please go watch it when he saves it off the goal line. Out of the air, off the goal line, gold medal game, I believe.
And so here we got yesterday, and we talked about them ripping off 4. They're down 2-0 this game. So third period, this is at the eventual game winner as well. And this is one part I want to show here. Bring it back a little bit, please. Dude, you want to switch me real quick?
Yep.
So bring it back a little bit more. Keep coming right at the beginning. All right, there, perfect. All right, roll it forward. So watch his head. This is what I love about him. He looks over here, no one there, looks around here, taking full inventory of what's happening. He knows, all right, I'm gonna back in here, I'm gonna get up into the goaltender, I'm gonna, take the real estate when it's given to me. He's gonna stay in here, and this is what I like about him. He tips it, gets the rebound, misses wide. You're in a good spot. Stay there. Just stay right there. He's got the goalie backwards and ends up putting it in. I mean, everything about this kid, man. He's smart. He's his whereabouts, his hockey IQ, his skill level. But I love the awareness, looking around, not watching puck watching, looking around where everybody is on both sides and both teams.
In the goalie's eyes right here, too. You look, Thompson, right there. He's got to lean over, Now
Almost
he's off.
flex that in.
Great tip there. But just like you said, he stays right there. He knows he's going to get hammered, but he stays right there and puts in the back of the net.
Nice dish, Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie V. Frankie
Hey,
V, too.
this is what elevated them into pesky territory for me. But like you just said, his hockey IQ. Young players with skill, you see how they play, and some of them set the world on fire early and get a lot of points. This has staying power in my mind because of how he thinks the game.
It's how it's happening, right?
How he's finding ways in tight areas like this that just historically young players don't necessarily thrive in, right? He knows how to be creative. He knows how to be effective and make plays in all different situations because he uses his brain.
Like you just said, all different situations. Every single thing we just watched was a different way to score a goal. He's in front of the net. He's going upstairs. He's going on the ice. He's going skate to stick. We just watched a little bit of everything.
If this was a rip for the season, it would be a great one. Guys, this is the last 11 days.
Right.
Last 11 days, this team now is ripped off 6 in a row, 6-0. This team's fun to watch. We're going to be talking more about them. But Mac T, there's a new Mac T in the league right now.
There's a new Mac T.
There's a new Mac T.